Okay, so I'm in Sublime Text. We're in our project here. And you see there's not a whole lot going on in here right now, right? We have this database with our super user we just created in the last video. We have our manage.py file. And you'll notice there's nothing really in this file for us to see. We just always use it to run commands in our course here. And then we have this stocks directory. And inside of here, here's an empty directory, an initialization file with nothing in it. That's normal. And then we have this settings.py file that has all of our project settings, right? We have this urls.py file. In fact, I'm going to delete this and hit Control S to save this, Command S if you're on a Mac, or you can come up here to File and Save. I just like to clean that up a little bit. And this urls.py file is where we set up the URLs for our project, part of them. And we'll get into what I'm talking about there in a couple of videos. But a URL, if you're not familiar, we head back over to the web browser. For instance, slash home.html, right? This is a URL, right? So if we have different URLs in our project, we sort of use the urls.py file to designate those, right? We'll get into all this much more in depth later on. So that's all there is. That's all the files in our project so far. So obviously this is not enough. We need all kinds of new things to start building out our project. And Django uses something called apps. Everything is an app in Django. And whenever you want to add some new functionality to your website, you almost always create a new app for it, right? So our project doesn't have any apps yet. We haven't built any. So we need an app, right? And our project is a stock market website, right? We're going to look up stock quotes. So I want to create a quotes app. It's semantics, call it whatever you want, but you always want to create at least one project in your, or you always want to create at least one app in your project. And likely you'll create many apps. We're only probably going to create one app in this course, the stock quote app. But if you wanted a message board, you would create a message board app. If you wanted a tech support center of your website, you would create a tech support app. If you wanted, whatever big thing you want to add to your project, you create an app for it. So to create an app, it's very simple. And just head back over to our git bash terminal. And it's, of course, Python manage.py, always manage.py to run commands. And what we want to do is just start app and then name it. So again, notice we're in our C Django stocks/stocks directory. We're almost always going to be in this directory. So what do we want to call our app? I don't know, let's call it quotes. We're looking up stock quotes, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. Again, call it anything you want. All right, so now if we ls to list the stuff, we see we have this quotes directory. Now you could have called it stocks, but then things get confusing because you have a stocks directory and another stocks directory. Which one do you need? So you want to name it something other than, this stocks. So quotes, that's cool. So head back over to our Sublime and you can see, boom, this quotes directory popped right up automatically because we just added it. And it's got a whole bunch of stuff. It's got an admin.py file and there's nothing in there right now. This file handles the admin area we just created in the last video. So if we want to add our stock quotes stuff to the admin area, we do it in this file. And I'll show you how to do that later. Let's close this guy. We have an apps.py file. This is sort of a configuration file. We probably won't do anything with that. We have a models.py file. So we're going to be doing database stuff later. We want to save our stock quotes into the database so we can look them up later without having to retype them in every time. So we'll do that there. And we have this test.py file. We're not really going to talk about testing in this course, sort of more advanced thing. And we have this views.py file. So every time we create a web page, there needs to be a corresponding view that goes along with it. And the views are sort of like the brains behind the scene. We can write all kinds of Python code and do all kinds of cool stuff in our view. So we'll get into that. So we also need a urls.py file. So every app that you create needs to have its own urls.py file so you can designate the URLs for that app. And you'll notice it didn't get created for us automatically. So we need to create one. So head over here to quotes and right click and create new file. And you see it pops right up. Now we just want to click File, Save As, and make sure we're in the quotes directory. You can see here's all of our other files that are in our quotes directory. And let's just type in urls.py. And you can see, boom, it pops right up. Now there's nothing in there yet. We'll get into this in the next video, what we need to put in there. But for now, there it is. And this could be confusing to some people because in our stocks directory, our original one, there's already a urls.py file. So I'll try and designate which directory. I'll say like the quotes urls.py file, or use the stocks urls.py file to designate which one we need to work in when we're doing any given thing. But that's kind of tricky for some people. So just keep in mind that there are now two urls.py files, and it'll get easy to understand as we move forward which one is which and why we need to use a specific one and for what reason. So, all right, we've got our new project. It has a quotes app in it. These are mostly the structure that we're going to use throughout the rest of this course. We're going to be working mostly in this quotes directory from now on, and we'll get into that in the next video.